South Africa's beef exports fell 26% in 2025 despite growing global demand. A major factor was the Chinese ban on South African red meat imposed in May after foot-and-mouth disease spread across 7 of the country's 9 provinces. According to industry data, shipments to China dropped almost 70% to just over 1,600 metric tons. China had been South Africa's 3rd largest export market after the UAE and Jordan. But it's not just beef farmers feeling the strain, so are those involved in dairy. When the virus hit his farm in Mooi River, James Kien says his seasonal expenses rose by 1 million rand as he tried to contain infections. Infected cows eat less and produce less milk, cutting into already tight margins.
We're producing now about 23,000 litres a day because we're quite late in the lactation, but we were doing about 26,000 litres before the outbreak. So it has dropped quite significantly. If a farm is hit with an outbreak during breeding and you have to delay by 6 weeks on a 1,000 cow herd, you could lose 5 million rand just because the cows are calving 6 weeks later. That's the cruelty of it.
Economists warn the outbreak has exposed gaps in vaccine preparedness.
We are having the worst foot-and-mouth disease outbreak in recent memory in South Africa. And I think that it caught us at a space where we were not as ready in terms of our own domestic vaccine production.
South Africa has now rolled out its first locally developed foot-and-mouth vaccine in 20 years. The government aims to vaccinate 80% of the country's 12 million cattle while importing additional doses from Botswana, Turkey and Argentina. There are signs the problem is resolving itself.
There was a shortage of meat initially, but now as supply has increased, it's readily available, and we're finding that customers are actually coming back and buying.
The price increased too much, but we don't have a choice. We come here because of the quality.
And for dairy farmers like James Kien, that's crucial to South African agriculture and the national economy in general.
If we and other dairy farms have to close down, jobs are going to be lost. If the population of animals decreases because there's no backup, the population could halve in 2 years, in which case food prices are going to rise up as well.
For now, much depends on how quickly vaccines can be produced and distributed as the country works to contain a crisis threatening both livelihoods and food security. Joy Kiruki Juma, CGTN.